those doors to open at 1 o'clock. And guess what? Right here at the table, though, we have a Twins great with us, along with a Twins analyst, Justin Morneau. Thank you so much for being with us. How are you doing on this opening day?
I'm excited. It's funny how when you open the season on the road, I was in Baltimore, I got to kind of be a part of that, but when you open at home, there's something special about that. And no matter what the weather is, there's just a different energy in the ballpark, and to be here for it, it's pretty special.
How'd you feel when you woke up this morning? Is there like a certain energy about you on the home opener?
Yeah, there is. I think it's just a little something extra in there that in front of your home fans, there's the whole year is in front of you basically, and there's still all that optimism and all that, this is going to be the year, we're going to surprise people or whatever your thoughts are. And I think the first thing I did was check the weather this morning, and then got excited when I saw there was supposed to be clear for game time. We're not supposed to get rain. The weather should be good, and hopefully we have a good crowd and good turnout, and boys feed off of that.
Yeah. Justin, what I love is you mentioned that your kids were hoping it was going to be snowing and have a snow day, but you said, I looked around, it could be worse. Like, that's the Minnesota mentality when it comes to baseball. It could have been worse right now, right?
Yes. We could be not playing. It could be delayed. Could be getting set up for a doubleheader sometime this weekend. So, the one thing I've learned is that you can't control the weather. Yeah. So no matter if it's 90 degrees in the middle of summer or if it's 37 or 38 at first pitch, both teams have to play in it. And if there's an excuse always available if you want it, but if you go in with that mentality of we're gonna be tougher than them mentally today, and we're gonna find a way to win this thing, then sometimes I think it's even that much more rewarding.
I'm curious though, as we're talking about the weather, what was your perfect weather day as a player?
Day game. Cloudy, about 75 degrees, because the ball starts to carry in this ballpark, especially when it's above 70 degrees. The ball starts to fly a little bit, and then the cloudiness, although you have the natural light, it's not the glare, so it's kind of like optimal hitting conditions. And then, of course, the wind blowing out. That's the biggest part. But I think so. You get a few days like that across the league, but it's not all the time, but you appreciate them when you get them. But I still think it's still better to be here at Target Field than it is to be inside the Metrodome like I did for a few years. And to be here, to be in the elements, to be outside, it's a Minnesota day, and we appreciate it, and that makes our summers that much more valuable, and we appreciate those things too. So there's always good if you look for it, there's always bad if you look for it.
Justin, when the player's mentality, when the kind of a bumpy start to the season, but to leave Kansas City with a victory the way they did, not only with the home runs in the ninth, but also dominant pitching down the stretch. Taj, I think he had 6 scoreless innings. We're talking with Tim Lauder that he had 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I think his cutter was 91. So when you leave with such a positive to come home, does that make a difference when you need a full head of steam to hit your home opener?
Yeah, I think we talk about it all the time. Happy flight, no matter what happens in the series. Whether it's a 3 or 4 game series, you always like to win that last one. You're on the plane, the mood's a little bit lighter, and then you're excited to come home, and you guys are excited to get into their apartments or their house or wherever they're going, and it just has a little different feel. And I think in that Baltimore series as well, you felt like you could have left there winning all 3 of those games too. So they were in all of those games. They were close. They had the lead. It was good games all around. So it's not like you came off the road trip. I know the record is all that really ever matters. So you come off 2-4, but you feel like you could have had a 3, even a 4-2, and then I think the offense the last couple of games coming back in that second game through bad conditions on game 2 of that series, and they fought all the way back from down 12-1 and made a game of it, made them get the closer in the game late. So there were some positives there. I know moral victories are only moral victories, but at the same time, when a team like that and you can score runs in bunches, I think that adds to the confidence as well. So I think there's a lot of positives you can take out of that road trip. I know the record isn't what everyone would like it to be, but I think there are things you can look at and say, we got a chance. There's a chance. We're going to fight every day. You get a new manager in there, a little different energy, a little different voice, a little different message, and I think the guys have responded well, and I think you can always tell the vibe around the team, whether it's down, whether it's up, and for us as fans or people watching the game, you look at it and you go, oh, is this tied into last year? And I think once you get to spring training, it's all behind you. It's all in the past, and all you're thinking about is how can I be better? What can I do better this year? How can we take steps forward this year? And I think that's where this. And I think it's still in a positive place.
Yeah, you know what that's called? The kids call that a vibe check. The vibe check is good. Yes. The vibe check is good. A lot of people, of course, were maybe a little disappointed with the way that last season ended. As you mentioned, there have been a lot of changes since, and as we just got into this 2026 season, what do you think a lot of people should be looking forward to for this season? Any big highlights you see that specifically stand out?
Yeah, I think Taj Bradley has shown it in his first 2 starts. They made a lot of trades at the deadline last year, shipped out a lot of veteran guys. guys out of the bullpen, but you got a lot of young talent coming back and a lot of upside. I think Mick Abel has a chance to be a high-end, front line starter for this team. I think you have Taj Bradley, kind of very similar, who's got a ton of experience, and he's still 25 years old. I think there's a lot of positives you can look at what they brought in. I know the last 2 months were not great. Things didn't go well, and a lot of changes happened because of that. But then you look at it and you go, okay, now we feel like we're building towards something. These guys are going to be given opportunities. Luke Keeschall at second base is going to be given an opportunity to play every day, and he has a chance to be an all-star type player. I think there is a lot of positives if you look for him, and I think also we're going to possibly have an influx of talent coming through from the minor leagues as well. I think the AAA team was just rated as the best overall team as far as prospects and everything else in St. Paul. So there's also guys coming. So even though it was a tough end of the season, you lost a lot of talent. They brought in a lot of young talent, and really it's going to help hopefully push this next wave into the playoffs. Push whoever it's going to be. Guys are going to be battling for spots. There's going to be opportunities, and then if guys play well, they're going to get to play. And I think there's a lot to that, and hopefully that's going to lead to exciting baseball through the month of August, through the months of September, and you never know in this division. It always seems like it's a surprise team that finds a way to do it, and I felt like with our teams, whenever we were picked to finish first, it was a little rougher year, and whenever they picked us the fourth, we had a little chip on our shoulder and somehow found a way into the playoffs, and I think that's the beauty of being in the Central Division. You just never really know.
Justin, this moment is always super cool for me because I knew you as a player, but I want to give you your flowers. So for me to watch you kind of mature as a player and then come full round as a broadcaster, I mean, full star. We know that you're the AL MVP. Slugger, I believe it was 2014. Yeah, you were the NL batting champ. To come full circle now and be so successful as a broadcaster, do you ever take a moment to reflect back on everything you did as a player, and then now that you're with the Twins again? We won't mention the other teams that you went away for about 3 years.
Especially the last one. I think when you get done, your perspective on things kind of changes. When you're in the middle of it, you try not to sit on it too much of being successful, because you're always striving to get better every single day, even until the last day you play. Your goal is, how am I going to get better today? And I think when you go through it, you're not really necessarily paying attention to it. Then you look back on it and say, okay, I can be proud of this. There's certain things that you look at and say, all right, and then try and tell my kids about that. They don't want to hear it, but I still try and pass along. And it's more the messages, and I think it's the teammates that you miss, and the battle and the competition and all those things. But it's those plane rides that last 3 hours, and you're playing cards, and you get to know each other, and the team dinners on the road and all that stuff. That's kind of what you miss. And then I was very fortunate to switch over to the broadcast side of it and have Dick Bremer there to help me with everything that you can learn on the broadcasting side. A guy who did it for so long and did it so well, and was as big a Twins fan as you'll ever meet, but also was honest and fair and was critical when he needed to be. And I think being around people like that, if you can't learn from that, then that's your own fault and it's your own problem. And I think there's something to be said. We always like what's next, but experience matters, and experience brings a lot to the table, and I was fortunate to be around very good people to kind of help me transition into this.
Awesome. I love that answer.
Awesome.
It gives us so much insight, and I mean, also more motivation too for the people who may want to do. I think you're preaching right now, is what I'm saying. It's like you have to look back in order to go forward. I love what you had to say. And if you look for the positives, you can find them.
They're always there.
That's what he said. All right, Justin Morneau, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think we're going to learn a little bit more, Dawn, about the starting lineup for this team of 2026 season, and Jim has that for us. Let's take a look.
It's time now to meet your Twins' top 9 for the 2026 season. On most nights, you'll be seeing number 16, Austin Martin, patrolling left field. Today is his first opening day at Target Field, but don't expect him to get a haircut for the occasion, since he hasn't gotten one since leaving college in 2021. The man in the middle really doesn't need any introductions, as this is Byron Buxton's 9th straight opener in center field, tying Torrey Hunter for the most in franchise history. And he is coming off an all-star season where he achieved numerous career highs, including 35 home runs. The only Minnesotan in the lineup is Matt Wallner, the former Minnesota Mr. Baseball. By being in right field, Wallner is actually playing the closest position to his hometown of Forest Lake. Over at the hot corner is one of the hottest players with bases loaded, Royce Lewis set a franchise rookie record when he bashed 4 grand slams in his freshman campaign. Playing shortstop most days is a guy that was destined to be a baseball player, as Brooks Lee was named after Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson. His parents entertained the idea of naming him after another Hall of Famer, Lou Brock, but they didn't want their son known as Broccoli. Manning second base will be the Twins' Rookie of the Year, Luke Kershaw. The 5-tool infielder is front and center almost every day, and you'll know when he's about to bat, as he has selected the Rocky theme as his walk-up music. And rounding out the infield is Josh Bell, a power-hitting first baseman who smashed 22 home runs a year ago and has belted over 190 round-trippers in his career. Behind the plate is the veteran Ryan Jeffers. This will be his 6th opening day at Target Field and now ranks in the Twins' top 10 for games caught with nearly 450. And finally, the ace of the staff is Joe Ryan. The former Olympian is coming off his greatest season ever, making his first ever All-Star Game appearance. So sit back and enjoy the Joe Ryan experience anytime he takes the mound. And those are your top 9 Twins for the 2026 season.